Welcome to a special edition of WCNC Charlotte to Go. With each hour that passes, we are learning more about the devastation left behind by Hurricane Helene. Right now, the death toll across the southeast is up to at least 90 people, and at least a third of those are in North Carolina's Buncombe County, which is home to Asheville. With dozens still missing, that number is expected to go up in the coming days. And this morning, more than 1.2 million people remain without power across the Carolinas, many of them in those remote mountain regions. Here locally, Mountain Island Lake was one of the hardest hit areas. That's where WCNC Charlotte anchor Ben Thompson is live this morning. So, Ben, talk about the impacts there.
Yeah, Sarah, where our camera is stationed about 15 feet away from me, that's as high as the water got. It started receding in the last 24 hours. Where I'm currently standing is just mud and debris, but it still has a good, I'd say, 30, 40 feet to go before it's back to its normal stage. Typically, those docks you see here behind me are actually attached to the ground itself, and now they're just floating off on their own. You can see the 16 bridge there in the background carrying all the traffic. We've got some video, though, from over the weekend to give you an idea of just how bad the floodwaters were here. I mean, keep in mind, it rained on Friday, but we are downriver from the worst of it up in the mountains, and so a lot of the water didn't start coming down here until Saturday, even into Sunday, and then it just started receding here in the last 24 hours or so. So people able to finally get out and see their homes yesterday, see some of the damage. Take a listen.
It got up and over the road into the horse fields. Our neighbors, there was one lady that we had to go get off of her porch with our tractor.
It's the highest it's ever been. I've been here 27 years.
Giving you some indication there of historical significance. Just across the water here for me, Riverside Drive, as of this morning, still blocked off because of floodwaters that went through there. As soon as we get done here, we're going to go check out things over there again. But that gives you a sense of what things are like here in Mecklenburg County. A far cry from what they are, say, up in the mountains, about 2 hours north of us up in Boone. We were live on air when we saw some of the footage. King Street being flooded out, parts of the App State campus flooded out. Just devastating to so many people. My colleague Richard Devane is live in Boone this morning, where folks there are drying out and cleaning out as well. Richard.
Yeah, Ben, good morning to you. Good Monday morning, all joining us here online. The pictures that we saw Friday were devastating. We actually were on campus today speaking to, of all people, students who were actually experiencing that. Now, as we take a look at video, we can tell you that they said this is just some of the damage that Helene left behind, those waters roaring through King Street, as you said, carrying debris and tossing things about, but there was damage after those waters receded. First of all, there was the mud and debris left behind, but it was so powerful, it moved bricks on one building, it tossed chairs and other things on another building, and when it left, there was actually craters in a number of spots, potholes in some spots, but a huge crater at places like a normal eating establishment that a lot of kids go to and people in that community go to. Those students were there Friday. We spoke with 4 of them. They say they're the few left because a lot of other students, after classes were canceled, they decided to go home. But there were 4 students out and about early this morning. We had a chance to speak with them. Here's what they had to say about some of the destruction that Helene left behind.
Cars going down the drain, people losing buildings, people losing, items. Walmart got flooded, and those sources are good, not only for college students but also local community who don't really have another place to go.
It was complete devastation with this flooding. I mean, we're advised to go home, but some people can't even do that because bridges and roads home are completely destroyed and wiped out due to the flooding.
Yeah, and even just coming up from Statesville early this morning, police, and even on our phone, we were warned that going west of I-77 was forbidden for folks. There's still a lot of cleaning up on I-40 closed, and there are other back roads to get to here. But of course, they want only the folks who live in this area to be up here while emergency crews go about the business of restoring power and fixing spots, because as we've seen and heard, there are some dangerous and treacherous roads up here that have been impacted by those rushing waters and all the damage that Helene has brought. There is more cleaning up to do, but as we get more daylight, we'll have a better idea, assessment of how much damage was left behind. That's the story right here in Watauga County. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Richard, thank you. Well, new overnight, we're learning President Biden approved federal disaster assistance for states affected by the storm, including the Carolinas. The declaration means FEMA will be sent in to help with recovery efforts, and millions of dollars in federal money will be made available. Those funds can be used to help with temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans, and other programs to help homeowners and businesses recover. Biden plans to visit areas impacted by the hurricane this week, as long as it doesn't disrupt rescue and recovery efforts. No word yet on where exactly that would be or what day, but we do know he's being regularly briefed on the impacts across the Southeast. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper also expected to visit the Asheville area today. And this morning, Operation North State will begin collecting donations to help the folks impacted by Helene in western North Carolina. They will be at the Bass Pro Shops and Concord Mills. Their goal is to collect 12 tractor trailers worth by next Monday. If you're interested in donating, they will be out from 7 in the morning until 7 at night all week. And of course, WCNC Charlotte partnering with the Red Cross, where you can donate to help those in need. You can learn more about the effort and donate by scanning the QR code on your screen. And I believe our digital team too can put a link below in the comments with all the different ways that you can help out if you're wanting to do so. But just devastating looking at all the pictures and videos.
I was in, let's see, 9 counties over the weekend, upstate in the foothills. If you just say Kings Mountain, Shelby, Forest City, Rutherford, Spartanburg, Cowpens, no power, nothing open, no gas. I was in the town of Cowpens, completely shut down, power lines down everywhere.
So
just imagine every neighborhood completely dark. I mean, it is monumental. There are no words to describe how bad it is. I didn't see the worst because I couldn't get there, but I have family in Rutherford County where Chimney Rock and Lake Lure is, and they said that they have people up there they can't get a hold of. They're worried about them. Just to let people know, Lake Lure, if you haven't been there, that's where Dirty Dancing was filmed.
Yeah, Blair went to a summer camp there this past summer.
Asheville is where everybody talked about going, hey, the beautiful Asheville. Biltmore Village is gone. There's nothing left. Chimney Rock, the town of Chimney Rock, is destroyed. It's going to be years for help. Here's what you can do, and our folks over at WCNC.com have really put together a great link to a number of organizations, the American Red Cross, and you can actually log on to WCNC.com, and there's a big form out there that you can fill out. You can go to every organization, the American Red Cross, Salvation Army. There's so many organizations coming together. Forecast-wise, tell you what, it's just, when you look at that compared to last week, that's beautiful. We have a few showers today. This coming Friday is going to be nice, and by the end of this weekend, we're in the mid-70s, fall-like weather.
That looks good. Destiny, did you want to add something about the roads and how people can get in and out of certain areas? Because a lot of people asking questions about that.
Yeah, like Richard was saying, it's really everywhere to the west that there's damage that hasn't even really been assessed and put on the map yet. So it's really dangerous to travel west of North Carolina. So if you can pull up the map, you can just kind of see all of the things that were popping up and showing this morning. But even going west on I-40, there are areas that are impassable, and I'm also seeing that I-26 closed at the Tennessee state line. So
Interstate 40, as you get just beyond Asheville, it's completely shut down right there. As you're going into Tennessee, there's a bridge out. The highway itself has collapsed. If you go Highway 74, if you're going westbound on 74, you can't go into Asheville that way because you would go through Lake Lure and Chimney Rock. So every westbound highway, regardless, is going to be impacted by this. Highway 3, if you go Highway 321, going up into Ashe County, Avery County, in that area, going into Tennessee is impacted.
Well, we'll continue to follow all of this, the developments, the recovery throughout this week and beyond. But again, that link is below in the comments with different ways that you can help if you're wanting to do so. Thanks for joining us, everyone.